Hare Krishna. My name is Shyam Natrani Devi Dasi, and this name my Guru Maharaj gave to me. My parents, they choose for me name Krasilnikova Alexandra, and I'm from Russia, Siberia. So my parents, they engineers, they have five children, very nice relationship, and of course they wanted everything best and good for us, and they always was supporting us in many ways, in any our desires, in anything we wanted to do. We was just trying to support us. But when I was 7 years old, when I asked my mom what's gonna happen when we will die, she just said everything will be finished. And it was difficult to accept it, very painful to think or feel that you're not going to exist anymore. So I could say that from that time some more questions started to appear in my mind about who we are, where we're going, what will happen later on after death, for example. But I didn't ask my parents anymore because I didn't want to get more pain in this subject matter. Of course, because they had the high education degree, they also wanted to study me, to have high education for me, and I chose art subject. It was photography, video, something like this. And but through all my life, I was dancing from 6 years old, and then that was something what brought me to Krishna Consciousness, because somewhere on the internet I read about Indian dances, and I was very much impressed that Indian dances were made by culture to help people to realize themselves, to help them to change their personality, not just something to enjoy, to give enjoyment for others, but something that can go deeper. And I got strong desire that I want to study also Indian dances, but in my city I couldn't find anything like this. But in one day, one Mataji devotee from our city, she came into my city and she organized class. I also was invited there, and from that time, before I knew devotees, I came into temples. Some of my friends, they brought me, I took prasadam, I heard lectures, but I couldn't accept it seriously as my path. I don't know, just many things were stopping me. I was thinking so many rules and regulations, who needed why. I wasn't impressed by Krishna conscious philosophy at that time. But then when I started to associate with devotees closer, when I could see their qualities, that something what slowly started to melt my heart. Because you see, my heart is very big stone for somebody who grown up in very much impersonalistic background. Because my parents, they was growing up with communistic regime was there, and all their environment told them it is not God, do not believe. So sometimes my mom told me, I believe in God, but then another time she told me, no, I believe in ourselves, we can do everything very nicely, we have to just have enough strength for it. So I was a little bit confused about what my parents thinking about it, and I really didn't really discuss with them. So sometimes now, if someone asks me, like, you're from Christian background, everybody in Russia Christians, I'm telling them, you know, to be honest, everybody in Russia atheists, even if they will tell you, I'm Christian, I'm going to church every Sunday. I do not believe in it, because my mom, she also was going to church, but she never discussed with me seriously topics about God. She didn't know much, she just was able to put this candle nearby picture of saint, and that's all. It's showing some her piety. I do not feel that I want to criticize my parents. They did what they could in circumstances in which they were, but also myself, I wasn't satisfied. And from 70 years old, I started to be in some different companies. Somewhere people was Shivaist, they was worshippers of Shiva. In Russia it also exists. Then another people, they was reading books of philosophers like Osho, if you heard about him. Someone else was trying to follow Russian Vedas, so it was different varieties. Somebody did yoga, all these exercises, and also was trying to find peace in mind. So I was trying to be in touch with people like this and to know more about them, but somehow I was just here and there, and even I was getting some my experience, but I felt that, okay, this is the path I will follow, and this is bring me to ultimate goal on life. And yeah, and even when I met devotees, for me it was just one of those groups. Okay, somebody else doing something else, and they're getting maybe some realization, they can improve some their good qualities, but not more than that. I wasn't very impressed. Even I was, to be honest, little bit criticized to devotees, like, oh, they distributing these books, why they doing? They pushing people to get their philosophy, but why you can be so sure about anything? That's all these thoughts was going in my mind when I just could see devotees externally, more from outside, as visitors of temples, of temple in my city. But then, when I started to go to Indian dance, and this Mataji who was teaching us, she was giving me prasad and giving me lectures on CD, giving me association. Then she invited me to Siberian tour. It's something like Polish tour, but in Siberia. We did like 3 years with Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, and I was invited there to participate just as dancer. But of course it was great experience, because I could see so many devotees, very talented, with desires to do some art, but for Krishna. And that time I changed, something slightly changed in me. When we was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra nearby me, I felt like I want someone to try. It seems something tasty in it, but I never let myself do, because I knew if I will do it, that I'm also Krishnaite. But I didn't want to have as many rules and regulations. I wanted to be, more free in my life, to associate with different people, to do this and that. And but when I did my second Siberian tour, something happened. I don't want to go deeper into the details, but I was very much hurted in my heart that time. I felt like I cannot solve this problem, it's too difficult. And then I wake up next morning, 4 a.m., and I was thinking, what can I do in this situation? Who gonna help me? Where is my shelter? And I just, maybe it was early, not 4 a.m., maybe even 3 or something like this. And I woke up one girl nearby me, and I asked her about chanting beads. She gave to me, she was sleepy, she didn't pay attention. So then, that was the morning when I chanted my first 16 rounds. And I did it in an association of Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, because he always was inviting us to come and chant with him. But of course I never did, I wasn't devotee at the time. So that day I came, and I was chanting my first 16 rounds. And I was looking to bead bag of Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, and there was very beautiful picture of Krishna. And I was addressing Krishna, trying to chant his names, and I was crying. I felt that this is big change in my life, that I decided from that time, okay, I met devotees in 2005, and I chanted my first 16 rounds, it was 2011. So I knew devotees for 6 years, but never I allowed myself to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra on japa beads, because Sometimes I participated Harinams, I was dancing in the kirtan, chant with everybody loudly, just as some fun, you know, some way to spend time. But that day I was serious. I really wanted help. I wanted to connect with somebody who is very much superior to me and who is able to help. And I was crying that all this nonsense I did in my life and I was attached to, I cannot do anymore. Because if I'm chanting, this is different life. And I was crying. It was painful to take it out. That it just immediate purification happened with me during those 2 hours. It was so much was coming out that I knew this I'm not gonna do anymore, and that anymore. Even I like it, I cannot do it anymore. And I was crying about my material life, which is finished right now. And from that day I keep chanting my 16 rounds daily. And this is best thing what I got in my life. Even sometimes we may have some problem in association with devotees, our service not going in the best way. But that particular day, I found my shelter. Always I can come and to be protected nearby lotus feet of Krishna in the form of holy name. And this is something very, very special. I don't know anything more powerful as holy name. Of course, we heard about this many times and we read about this in holy scriptures, but when you really chanting these simple words, which is names of Krishna, you can feel immediately so many things. Sometimes you can feel relief from anxieties which was overwhelming your mind. So many things. It's always different. As if you will meet your good friend, he always can be in different mood and encourage you in different ways. But always it will be something special, something you want to taste, the relationship with that friend. And from that day, everything was different in my devotional experience, because then I came back. I started to chant. It was a Siberian tour, but then I came back to my city and again came in the temple. Then so many times I visited temple, but first time I see deities as Krishna. And then I was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra in a group of dancing devotees, and I was really into kirtan. And it was a very beautiful day. It was Janmashtami, my first conscious kirtan. And it wasn't somehow electricity in our temple. We just had candles around. So beautiful, so nice. And then many other experiences, which was my first experiences after my first chanting, which I will remember. But I never would be able to feel like this if I wouldn't chant. So chanting is the most powerful thing. If you're doing this, then in everything what's going on in your life, Krishna will be inside. He will guide, he will arrange. And this is so beautiful to get closer to him each single day. And then no doubts anymore. Who is the Supreme Truth? If you know him personally, I cannot say that I'm on that level, but we introduced to each other somehow by the mercy of devotees, by the mercy of Guru Maharaj. And this is the sense of my life now. I'm very happy doing it, and I want to continue. I do not see any way for me to stop doing it. So then I accepted my dear Mahamantra, my 16 rounds, into each single day of life, and I accepted for regulative principles as something what supports chanting. But I didn't want to accept anything else. Devotees told me, you have to offer food to Krishna. I said, oh, so many things I have to accept that I will be just doing this very externally. I have to feel that I want to do it, that it's something what will empower me. And I didn't want to accept it. That next day, when I heard about that you have to offer food to Krishna. Next day someone distributed to me book on street, some devotees from the temple, and I opened book and first I read, to offer food to Krishna you have to chant those and those mantras. I'm like, okay, what to do? I have to. And I didn't have any picture of Krishna in my house even. I found some photo. Krishna was beautiful. His face was golden, and I heard that Krishna with golden face, his name is Gauranga. I was like, wow, Krishna is so wonderful. He has beautiful name, Gauranga. But I didn't have any idea that it's different incarnations. I'm just like, okay, sometimes we're calling him Gauranga if he has golden complexion. Why not? So I put this picture in beautiful frame, and I started to offer food to that picture, chanting mantras which I found in the book. And I felt very nice. I felt even my knees a little bit trembling while doing it. I don't know how it happened, but I felt nice. And then just after a few days I started to do it. Maybe after 1 week, someone invited me to go to India and participate in the drama group. And you may heard about Cloud of Nectar drama group here. By director is Madhuri Kadamini, so they invited me to come and participate with them, and I was like, I looked in situation in my life and understood I can go. So I went to India here in Mayapur, and then I saw in this temple Panchatattva, and guess what? The main deity Gauranga, which is in the center, he was the person whom I was offering food. So I was offering food to him 7 days, and then immediately he invited me to come to his place and to do some service for him here. That was just incredible. And I was here for 1 year, then second year they invited me again. So 2 years I was doing here all these drama group things. So we was participating in dramas, dancing, of course going to temple programs, and also we was teaching some costume, many things we did. It was very nice time. And after that I came back to Russia for half year, and that time I started to do book distribution in Russia. And that's, for me, it's very mystical process in my life with book distribution, because I didn't mention, but even before I became a devotee, even before I visited temple first time, I was criticizing devotees, not by myself, but maybe I heard from somebody and I accepted the idea, like, oh, devotees were distributing books, they earning money, they pushing people like to take these books, and it's not nice at all. Then I came to some yoga class, and that yoga class was given by devotee, and someone asked him in the end of class about book distribution. So he answered, oh, this is spiritual activity. When you're doing this, so much dirt coming out from your heart. And also, while distributing books, people will speak with you, and through them your guru will speak with you, and he will guide you what to do. And he told some story from his life, and I was very impressed. I was thinking, spiritual activity, dirt coming out from the heart, and also you can have guidance. And I was thinking, I want to distribute books, but of course I couldn't, because I wasn't devotee. I even didn't know which book we distributed. So then in Russia, when I came back after 2 years in India, I tried my first December marathon book distribution, and I was very much in connection with Guru Maharaj that time, just so strongly. It happened. People was talking with me, and through them I heard instructions from Guru Maharaj. One woman, she was very much against, like, why you doing this, get a job. But when she told me, you know what, if you really like to do it, you seems nice girl. You learn English and you learn language which is there in India, and you go there and just study everything nicely. She said to me like this. And that's what I'm doing here now. And when I came back in India, and again participated drama group, but I was missing my book distribution. And I did this in the trains. One day in the train, I I had a dream that Guru Maharaj came and he asked me, "Who are you actually?" And I said, "Oh, I did drama and then I did book distribution in Russia." And he said to me, "I love when you distribute books." And even in dream I was thinking, if he really loves that, I will continue with through all my life with inspiration. And I asked him, "Really? Do you like it?" And he said, "I love it very much." Then I came back in Mayapur. I knew I have to do the service to Guru Maharaj. He personally asked me, but I couldn't find the way somehow. What I did in Russia, I couldn't try to apply here. Here is everything different. And then I prayed to Panchatattva deities that I'm such a rascal. I have direct instruction from Guru. I know his desire towards me, but I'm not distributing books here. And that same day, I was going out from the temple, and just there, here I met Nitya Kishore Mataji and said, let's go with us to preaching programs. And will I be able to distribute books? Everything, Harinam's books, we will do everything, just let's go. And I'm like, okay. But from the day I met you, we did many preaching programs together, but it wasn't much book distribution. And then one day she decided to organize kind of Brahmacharini ashram here, and she said main activity in this ashram will be daily book distribution in Mayapur from book table. And when I heard this, I started crying immediately, because it just came in my mind as pictures, that dream when Guru Maharaj said to me, I love very much when you distribute books. And then when I was praying to deities, I'm a rascal, I cannot do it. And then I met her, and then after half year, she said, now it will be our main activity. And just everything connected with me, and I was like, wow. I was so happy that now I can do something what may will please my Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami. And from that day, that's what we are doing for 2.5 years now. We still keep traveling, and we have our Harinams and stage programs as well. We're distributing books here in Mayapur. What could I say about my internal transformation? I could see that, that really much and much more easy for me, practical things became to associate with different people, to act in my life, to do some creative activities, because before I was just so much limited by false ego. For example, I wanted to do something, but I couldn't. I always was thinking about what other people will think about me, and I just so many things I even didn't start to do because I couldn't. I was too fearful about anything. But then in Krishna Consciousness, when you're practicing this and you are not controller, then you always, even you will have mistakes, you will accept it because you are not perfect. And anyways, Krishna will help you. So many things I can do now and feel real freedom, something I started to do first time in my life. For example, first time in my life I was trying to make choreography of dance myself. I never would do it if I would continue my karma life, because always I would think what people will think about me, it's not going to be perfect, it's such a difficult activity, I do not have right education for that. I never would even try. But here I can do everything. Krishna, he empowers us, he gives us qualification, even when we're actually not qualified. Devotee is so powerful, we can do everything if Krishna will want us to do. And also in relationship with other people, many people would tell that I'm very much outgoing nature, but inside myself I knew that I always have some part of my heart which I'm not gonna open to anybody, because you just cannot trust people so much to open very core of your heart. But here it's also possible, because you meet people who are not selfish, who is very compassionate to you, who really wants to know you, and who able to accept you with all your impurities, then also it happening here. We can have much more deep association with devotees in our movement. So I always was considering that for me most two important things is association and activity which I'm doing, which I like to do. And here in our movement ISKCON, which Srila Prabhupada kindly established for us, I can do both of them in a completely different, on completely different level, because association here is spiritual and activity which we are doing also spiritual. And it's not just words, that's something you have to taste. It's something you cannot explain, but if you will try, it will not be any doubt about real quality of what we are doing here. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada. So you can see in front of you very happy personality who was enjoying life a lot, doing many let's do not say stupid activities, but at least we can say not very smart activities, yes? So of course many things which I do not want even mentioned I have done in my life, and only by compassion of devotees who have told me, who taught me that it's something better you can do in your life, I changed very much. I changed my daily habits. We know, all of us, that we are accepting 4 regulative principles which makes your life much more pure, your consciousness much more clear, your everyday life much happier. And I'm very, very grateful to all the devotees of our society who taught me this path, who explained to me that everybody can do it, and why are you not going to try? So they was tolerant with me, they was determined, even I sometimes felt I'm not sure, but they was keep explaining me the truths. They showed me that I was very much person who wanted to feel the heart, what my heart is telling. And they told me, it's very nice, it's already very pious that you're trying to understand your heart and follow it, but it's something higher. If you will accept the truth from higher authority, which is Supreme God, who gives his instructions through the qualified spiritual masters, and it is coming to us. I wasn't sure if it can work, but I decided to try. So then I could see that myself, I was much more confused without having this guidance, these instructions, which is coming from scriptures, which is coming from the senior devotees who are also practicing this day. So then I can see that it can change me very, very fast. And we're all looking for fast change in our life. And Krishna Consciousness path, to be here in right association, this is the place that you can change very fast from being rascal to be a nice person, somebody who knows ultimate goal of life, and he knows he doesn't waste time to just arrange family life, all these hobbies, job, and then in the end of life to say, why did I do all these things? With my granddad it happened like this. He always was very pious, very nice. He took care about all his children. But then in the end of life, when he was retired from job, I just could see how much he unsatisfied. He just was watching TV every single day, and he was not happy. And I know exactly that I do not want to have same experience, and I'm not going to have, because I know now what is human life for. That this is for self-realization, for understanding Supreme Person, Krishna, and to re-establish a relationship with Him. And while doing it, you can, with some part in our heart which never satisfied, we want something, we're achieving this, and still something is missing. That part of our heart can be fulfilled only in relationship with Krishna, with Supreme Lord. And when it happened, when you meet somebody you always was looking for, someone who was missing in your heart, and this person will come here, then first time in your life your heart is full. And also this is the reason why we chant in holy name, because holy name is Krishna Himself. His name is non-different from Him. So it's so easy to meet Supreme Lord. You just pronunciate His name. We're doing this in the form of Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And like this, we are able to connect with somebody who is most important in our lives, but we have forgotten. So to do not waste our life, to do not do all this nonsense which usually so easy to learn in Western parts of the world especially. You just accept right association, accept right guidance, and see how it works. Most important thing, what we are doing, this is not religion. Religion is something not artificial, but something what comes from outside. That you do this, this and that, and everything will be fine. It maybe will be fine, but it's not going to satisfy you fully. And what we are doing, this is science of self-realization, science of Krishna consciousness. Something what already inside your heart, what you are hankering for, just can be revealed to you if you just will do small endeavor, small effort in that direction. Hare Krishna. So, my humble request to you, please come and participate with us in wonderful things which we are doing. Come and chant with us Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Come and dance with us. It's very easy. It is not obliging you to anything. Just we need more nice people as you in our company, because we already have so many nice people and you're one of them. So you also can come and be with us. Don't waste your time with something what already you feel very much inside that you feel tired from. So you come and try something new, and you will see you will not want to finish it, because this is supreme, this is spiritual. Spiritual means always fresh. We are doing similar activities daily, but we never tired from this, because daily it's new taste in it. It is very, very nice. Please come and just try. If you're not gonna like it, this is your choice. You have your free will, which is given to you by Krishna, by God. But if you will like it, why not try? Please. Haribol.